Hey everybody, welcome to Leon's Chainsaw Parts and Repair. It is one hell of a hot Sunday afternoon here in the Rogue Valley. We're on yet another day of north of 100 degrees, so the shop is not very comfortable right now, but I'm too far behind, I don't have a choice. So I've been working on a couple Super EZs, well, Easy Automatic and a Super EZ for Andrew, and I'll be doing a separate video with those test runs here shortly, but there was one bar in the package that's a used one, and it's got some wear. The rails are spread, like most of these are after so many years. And hopefully, yeah, the video I think is picking that up. There's a lot of rock in the chain, especially out in the middle here. Get out to the tip, that's still pretty tight. That's that super hardened surface out here. Doesn't tend to splay open, but this does. So some of the bar shops, and if you look through my old videos, you'll see my video on the bar shop, they had an anvil set up on them to close the rails. Mine's not that deluxe model, or at least it doesn't have that attachment anymore if it ever did. So I'm doing this the hand way with a rail closer, and really this is a very primitive tool, but it does work once you know how to use it. So you got two ball bearings, and you'll note that one of these doesn't have the cover on it. It's because this is actually a chainsaw crankshaft bearing. I broke one of these bearing cages and realized that the bearing was an easy one I already had on the shelf, so that was a little stroke of luck. But basically this tool, you just spin this closed to tighten it, open to loosen it, and what you want to do is have it nice and flat and get some good tension just past your oiler hole. If you close the tail of the bar too much, the chain doesn't guide in properly. See, this isn't doing squat. I don't have it tight enough right here. So I'm going to go a little more, and this is tight. I can feel some good resistance here. And the trick is to try and keep the bearing on the rail as you're rolling back and forth, and if you're wearing gloves, which is smart, try not to get them caught under the wheel like I just did. But I lacerated my hand pretty nicely one time on one of these rails, and ever since then I'm like, nope, I'm going to wear the gloves. Alright, so I've made some progress here. I can see that, and it's really easy to go too far, but still pretty loose compared to the tip. So we'll go back on and do another pass a little bit tighter. And the bars don't wear evenly. Some spots spread more than others, and I can see this back here is really spread, and that right there more so. My eyeball says that that's getting tighter. Again, I don't want to go so much that I end up having to re-spread the rails. There we go. Not perfect, but probably about what it would have been like from the factory. With a new chain, which I know Andrew's running, that'll be good enough. So I'm going to flip this, do that to the other side, and then I'll run it on the bar shop. I'll groove it out, and then grind the rails down flat so the chain is riding perfectly flat on the bar, and that'll get a lot more life out of this.